So we'll get back to these pumps here in just a minute. Right now, that water that came out of the filter goes into their clear well. That's where just before the water, it's got a little bit of chemical, a little bit of chlorine added to it at that point. And these are the hatches to it?
Yep. That's the main hatch, and that there's the clear well split into two 50-gallon tanks, and this is the two hatches for the one
50,000 gallon?
Each. So it's 100,000 total.
Are those like just concrete things, or are they actual
Concrete
tanks?
tank. Yep. No, it's concrete tank.
Yeah, is it like a swimming pool underground?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the clear well gives the water an opportunity to
detention time to disinfect.
Gotcha. Yeah, so they just add a little bit of chlorine. We showed you the chlorinators a little earlier. That chlorine, the post-chlorine, goes into the clear well here, and then it needs time, just like, again, much like your swim pool. It needs time to mix with that water before it actually goes out into your system. So right now, that water that's being filtered is going through these tanks and sitting there. And then we come back in, and out of those clear wells, these pumps, we have
larger ones are the high service pumps. The smaller one is the Pentuar backwash.
So as Donnie said, the two larger ones are actually what's pumping out into the system, which we'll go through in a separate set of videos. The little one there is actually what pumps the water through your backwash system in the filters to that brown pipe and does your backwashing of your filter. So that's a little pump. And those are your, what we call your high service pump or discharge pumps. In this case, these are variable speed drives, so they actually are able to control the amount of water going out into the system. After it comes through the clear well, and these pumps are pumping it out, EPA and plants are monitoring their chlorine through this analyzer. Tells them how many parts per million of residual chlorine, meaning that how well the disinfection happened. So this is just giving them, they have to keep certain requirements in the water industry of their outgoing water quality and amount of chlorine in the water. Can't be too much, can't be too little. Off to the side here, we have the lab that water plants have. And the lab has a bunch of fancy equipment of which I know very little about, not being a process person like Donnie being the expert. Yeah, that's what a lab looks like. And this is where they actually test their water. How often do you test the water? And what kind? Daily on certain parameters. And what kind of things do you test here?
They do the chlorine and pH in here, bacteria.
Chlorine, pH, bacteria, just to make sure that their meters are reading right. It's kind of a double check. You send some of yours out?
Yeah, we send the iron and manganese out.
Are those considered your heavier metals or just iron and manganese?
No, we used to do iron and manganese. It was more cost effective and better just to send it out.
Now you guys don't do softening like many groundwaters do.
No, we don't.
What kind of hardness do you end up?
We have very hard water.
And then the part that I always point out, this is the part we're involved in. This is the control panel. You saw from the wastewater plant, similar things. We got our PLC up here, some networking here. In this case, we only have a single plant, so we don't have any radio. However, what we do have, we communicate with the wells via fiber optics. So here's that all-important UPS. We actually have a generator that we're able to communicate with directly through serial communications. There's the control relays and fuses that we had in. Yep, I'm not going to take the label off, but circuit breakers, our terminal blocks, bring in the, and we are actually communicating with that backwash panel I showed you. Open this up here, and this is the fiber optic panel that I was saying. We're actually communicating to all the wells that we looked at, and they come in through here. So we can turn them on and off from here when we need water going through the plant. SCADA stands for Supervisory Control and Data Acquisition, and here's their little desktop computer that they can watch their plant when they're here. They're not operated 24/7, so we have data command, a plug for us. We have data command hooked in, so when they're not here, they still get this information. So, and it up in the cloud, software as a service.